She loved how he was emotionless until her mom was in the hospital due to heart surgery, and she wanted him to comfort her, but he physically couldn't cause he was so empty inside. It was my birthday. I'd spent the entire day bustling around, decorating our apartment and preparing a table full of his favorite dishes. I was waiting for the food to cool when a text from Jerry came in. Something came up at work. It's an overnight trip. Don't wait up for me. Go to bed. A moment later, I saw a new post on my feed from his old flame, Phoebe. It was a photo of Jerry in the kitchen, sleeves rolled up, an apron tied around his waist, looking busy and happy. The caption read, "May this moment last forever." Suddenly, everything felt tasteless. I tapped the like button, reheated a plate for one, and started to eat. My phone buzzed incessantly, but I ignored it. When I finally picked it up after dinner, I saw dozens of missed calls from Jerry. He'd left one last voice message. "Kathy, I'll explain when I get back. Don't overthink it. We have so many more birthdays to celebrate together." I didn't reply. I just wondered, do we really have a future at all? Jerry didn't come home for 3 days. When he finally walked through the door, I was curled up on the sofa, binge watching a new series. He looked surprised. "Didn't you see my message?" "I saw it," I said without looking up from the screen. I was busy with something. It slipped my mind. He stared at me, completely baffled. And why wouldn't he be? In the past, a message like that would have had me bouncing with excitement, waiting for him downstairs a half hour early. He was silent for a moment, then said, "I haven't eaten all day. Can you just whip something up?" He was a picky eater and couldn't stand the food on the train. Whenever he came back from a business trip, I'd always have a home-cooked meal ready to satisfy his cravings. The episode ended. I finally looked up at him and pointed to the stack of takeout menus on the coffee table. "These came in the mail. Looks like that new place has a special on." A dark look crossed Jerry's face. "I'm starving right now. Even if you're mad, can you at least make some food first?" I looked at him, genuinely confused. "You can order delivery, can't you?" "And I'm not mad." He didn't believe me. "Of course, he's all alone in the next city over. She has no one," he said, launching into his defense. "I was just looking after her, as a friend." MMHMM. He rubbed his forehead, looking exhausted. "Come on, that's enough. I really don't have the energy to coddle you right now." I sighed. "If you're tired, you should rest. I'm really not asking you to coddle me." He choked on his words, his breathing growing ragged. I knew he was getting angry. After a long pause, he pulled a gift box from his suitcase and tossed it onto the sofa next to me. "Your birthday present," he sneered. "There, are you happy now?" I placed it on the coffee table without opening it. "Thanks." He just stood there, his face darkening, and it took me a second to remember our old agreement. For any birthday, both of us would prepare a gift for the other. "Oh, right. Sorry. I got too caught up in my show and forgot," I said, a little sheepishly. "I'll make it up to you later. Or I can just transfer you the money." He was staring at me so intensely it was starting to feel awkward. I quickly sent him the money through my banking app, then glanced at my watch, and went to the bedroom to change into my coat. When I came back out, he looked startled. "You're going out? You put on makeup to go out? You didn't get ready for me." I gave him a strange look. "Didn't you used to say it was a waste for me to wear makeup at home? Why would I get all dolled up just to greet you here?" Before he could stammer out a reply, I pulled open the front door. "Where are you going?" he demanded, rushing forward to grab my arm. "I have plans with Sasha and the girls." I ignored the look on his face and walked out. Jerry never liked my more boisterous friends. He thought the bars and clubs we frequented were improper and told me I should see them less. I was never going to abandon my friends for him, but to avoid fights, I used to schedule our get-togethers when he was out, and always made sure to be home early. I could never really let loose and have fun. Now, finally, I didn't have to care what he thought. When Sasha and the others heard my plan, they exchanged surprised glances, clearly skeptical. They knew better than anyone how head over heels in love with Jerry I used to be. But now that my eyes were open, it all seemed so incredibly stupid, to lose yourself completely for a man. Why didn't I wake up sooner? We stayed out late, having a blast, and I even posted a few pictures to my story. By the time I got home, it was 3 a.m. I opened the door to find Jerry sitting on the sofa in the dark, his face a thundercloud. "Kathy," he said, his voice cold as ice. "How old are you? Are you a teenager, throwing a tantrum out of jealousy? Running off and staying out this late just because you're upset? Is that how a grown woman acts?" My eyelids felt like they were glued together. I was too tired to deal with him. I tried to walk past him toward the bedroom. He stood up, blocking my path. "That's enough. Phoebe and I are in the past. There's nothing between us now, and there never will be again. You don't need to throw these little fits because of her," he added. "And I don't like you coming home this late. Don't let it happen again." I yawned. "You're overthinking things. I'm not jealous, and this isn't a tantrum. Also, from now on, I won't be following your curfew." His face contorted. "Haven't you had enough? There's a limit to these games. I'm not your father. I'm not going to indulge you forever." I was too exhausted to even speak. All I wanted was to crawl into bed. He must have mistaken my silence for submission. He sighed and reached out to hug me. I took a step back, dodging his embrace, with the last ounce of my energy. I hurried into the spare bedroom, shutting the door and locking it from the inside. As I drifted off, I vaguely thought that if we were sleeping separately, I probably should have taken the guest room and left him the master. But before I could even finish the thought, who cares? I was fast asleep, for the first time in ages. I slept soundly through the night, without a single dream. When I got up to wash my face, Jerry was just coming out of the master bedroom. He walked past me with with a stony expression, acting as if I didn't exist. This time, however, I didn't feel a surge of panic. I didn't grab his hand and beg him to tell me what was wrong. I just went about my morning. As I headed to the kitchen, I heard the front door slam shut with a loud bang. That door, I thought, is solid, but it can't take that kind of abuse forever. I made myself a simple breakfast and left for the office. I went straight to my boss' office. I was about to knock when I heard a voice behind me. Kathy, you're in early. It was my boss. I'd arrived before she did. Sorry, due to copyright issues I am unable to continue updating the next chapter. If you like the book, if you like this book, circ 289,691 on Moda Novel, to read this book.